This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. 805 Jamaicans killed up to July 16, says JCF. Jamaica has recorded 805 murders as of July 16. This represents a 2% increase when compared to 786 murders recorded this time last year. The information is contained in the latest Jamaica Constabulary Force Periodic Crime Statistics Review, which covers the period January 1 to July 16. So far this year, the St. James Police Division continues to lead in murders with 116 cases, or 21 more cases, when compared to 95 murders recorded for the corresponding period. The St. Catherine North Police Division followed with an increase of 23 murders from 55 cases last year to 78 cases this year. Westmoreland is up by 21 from 56 last year to 77 this year. St. Andrew South is next with 68 murders, a decrease of 31 murders when compared to 99 cases reported up to July 16, 2021. Trelawney had the highest percentage increase in murders with a 257% rise. There were 25 murders committed in the parish up to last Saturday, compared with 7 for the corresponding period in 2021. Portland is the least murderous parish in 2022, having recorded 7 murders over the period. Meanwhile, the number of shootings island-wide decreased by 8%. There were 632 incidents, 53 less than last year. Cases of rape also declined, with some 229 cases being recorded up to July 16 this year, down from the 269 observed in the corresponding period last year, representing a reduction of 40 cases or 15%. Robberies saw a 9% increase, with 497 incidents this year compared to 457 last year. The JCF reported a 4% increase in break-ins, 550 this year, compared to 529 in 2021. Overall, a total of 2,713 serious and violent crimes were reported up to last Saturday, when compared to 2,726 last year. Search on for 4 men of Denham Town, Kingston, not seen since Friday. The police and the military have launched a search for 4 men from Denham Town, West Kingston, who went missing on the weekend. Members of the Jamaica Defense Force were called in on Monday night to secure a site near the old public works property in downtown Kingston, where it is suspected that the men may have been killed and buried. The news was informed that bloodstains and 2 shallow graves were found at the site on Monday. Family members of the men have joined the search. Head of the Kingston West Police Division, Senior Superintendent Michael Phipps, told the news that the search, which commenced on Monday, will continue Tuesday morning. He confirmed that soldiers were brought in to secure the area overnight. It's reported that the 4 men have not been seen since Friday. Government taking further steps to privatize Riverton City Dump. The long-awaited privatization and relocation of the Riverton City Disposal Site in St. Andrew should be one step closer to completion this year. Since the 2016 announcement, the Solid Waste Enterprise Committee, led by Littleton Shirley, has been accused of dragging its feet through the process. But Prime Minister Andrew Holness says progress has been made with the project. Speaking on Sunday at a Jamaica Labour Party Central Executive Committee meeting in St. James, Mr. Holness addressed the issue, noting that more work will be done on the project in Jamaica's 60th year of independence. You're gonna be hearing more about that, and you're gonna also hear about the divestment of the collection of garbage, which will mean you will be now bringing in private sector know-how, private sector management to collect garbage, he announced. The Prime Minister did not give a timeline for when this process will be complete. In the Klansmen gang trial, case again adjourned. The Klansman one-down gang trial has been adjourned until July 25. It was postponed after one of the defendants, Tariq James, fell ill. A police sergeant was expected to give evidence today in the case. The 22-year-old defendant is alleged to have shot and killed a man called Outlaw in Spanish Town, St. Catherine on November 2, 2017. James is alleged to have been the bodyguard for reputed leader Andre Blackman Bryan. The court heard that Bryan had instructed James to carry out the hit and the target was killed. But James's attorneys Esther Reed and Marlon Wilson are contending that he was not the shooter and that someone else has already been charged and is before the court. The police sergeant was subpoenaed to give evidence in that regard. James is the last of the remaining 28 defendants who is yet to complete his case. 3 other defendants, Pete Miller, Donovan Richards, and Khalifa Williams, yesterday completed their cases after the Crown and their lawyers agreed to accept as fact state records pertaining to their arrest and detention. All 3 defendants and James had requested records from the Spanish Town Police Station and the Horizon Adult Remand Center to prove that they were in custody when they were accused of committing murders for the alleged gang. The records, which were read into evidence, placed all 4 in custody at the time when they were accused of taking part in separate murders. However, in another murder incident for which James is charged, the record showed that he had been released while in Williams's case. The Crown had abandoned one of the murder matters while the judge had upheld his no-case submission in the other incident. Besides all the murder matters, all 4 are also charged with being a member of a criminal organization. The remaining defendants before the court are being tried on an indictment with various charges under the Criminal Justice Suppression of Criminal Organizations Act and the Firearms Act. Initially, 33 defendants were indicted, but 5 were freed. Police probing drowning of 6-year-old at Hanover Hotel. The police in Hanover are probing the drowning of a 6-year-old boy in a pool at the Grand Palladium Hotel in the parish. The incident happened last Wednesday. The child, O'Neill Hume Sires, was reportedly with his mother Mervelyn Bent, who is from a Savannah Lamar address and who was celebrating her 25th birthday when the incident occurred. According to eyewitnesses, Sears left the kids' pool after it was closed and joined his mother in the adult pool, where he sat in the shallow section with other children. It is further reported that the 6-year-old made his way to the deeper section of the pool, where Bent reportedly observed him experiencing difficulties. She reportedly shouted for him and her child was removed from the pool. Efforts to resuscitate him proved futile. He was later transferred to the Noel Holmes Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Superintendent Sharon B. Putt, commanding officer for the Hanover Police, said she met with management at the resort yesterday, noting that the investigation continues. Mackenzie to tour fire-gutted Highgate Market on Thursday. Local Government Minister Desmond Mackenzie will on Thursday tour the market in Highgate, St. Mary, which was gutted by fire over the weekend. More than a dozen shops were destroyed in the blaze, which started sometime after 4 o'clock Saturday morning. Richard Query, chairman of the St. Mary Municipal Corporation, on Monday met with shop owners during assessment of the destruction. Mr. Query told the news that following Thursday's tour with Mr. Mackenzie, he will begin discussions about assisting the shop owners to get back on their feet. To me, it is very important to restart the business, no matter how small it is, so that at least you can have some revenue coming in. So that will be the first priority to see what assistance can be given, he said. Mr. Query added that the facility will be cleaned so that persons who can occupy spaces within the market prior to the reconstruction phase can restart their businesses as soon as possible. The mayor said the funds will have to be found to reconstruct the market, but he indicated that he will recommend the changes to the design and operation of the new facility. Noting that the market had consisted mainly of shops in a big open shed, Mr. Curry said he would suggest instead that the facility be built with shops for rent. An estimate of the loss from Saturday's fire has not been determined. Manchester man wounded in gun attack. A Manchester resident was shot and injured at his house in Greenville on Sunday night. It is reported that the man exited his car sometime after 11 o'clock and was about to enter his house when he was pounced on and shot. The man managed to drive himself to the hospital and was admitted. Residents reported hearing several shots during the attack. No fees to be paid at examination depots, says Island Traffic Authority. Director of the Island Traffic Authority, Kenute Hare, is reminding the public that no fees are to be paid at any of its 15 examination depots. He says all fees are to be paid to Tax Administration Jamaica in person or online at jamaicatax.gov.jm. Further, Hare is reminding that the sitting of road code test, which is now a requirement for obtaining a provisional driver's license, is free of cost. Upon passing the road code test, persons must visit the nearest tax office to pay $1,800 to obtain their provisional driver's license. The authority's director is also reminding that the cost for obtaining a general driver's license is $7,200 and the cost for a private driver's license is $5,400. A motorcycle driver's license attracts a cost of $4,140. Persons who have concerns are encouraged to make contact with the authority via email at dita@mtw.gov.jm or via telephone at 876-754-1900. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.